Hey there, guys. This is Already with Good Guys Gear, and I'm gonna do a second weekend video this weekend because I got a chance to get back a rifle that means a lot to me. It has no tactical application whatsoever. I know that you guys, you're used to seeing our, CZ75s in action and see us talk about guns like this that are cool and tactically applicable and everything else. But the gun I want to talk about this weekend is far more special than any of those fancy, operator looking tactical guns. It is what I consider to be my first rifle. It's the gun that I learned to shoot with. It's the gun that I learned to never ever point at people, even if it wasn't loaded. It's the gun that I learned not to shoot at things that had stuff behind them that shouldn't be shot. It's a gun that I learned to line up the sights on and to squeeze the trigger on and everything else about shooting. It is an Ithaca M49 single shot rolling block lever action. Just open up, slide around down in, close the block, cock the hammer. And this doesn't necessarily make as much sense probably for folks who live in the city, or even some of the younger folks from out in the country. But for a lot of us out here, we all had that first rifle, that old, worn out 22 long rifle, and we went through box after box of 22 Thunderbolt. We shot and we shot and we shot and we hunted, and those first rifles are it's some of the personal possessions that mean more to us than any of the rest of them. If my CZ got ruined tomorrow, then it'd be a bummer, and I would have to come up with the money to buy a new one. If this got ruined tomorrow, then there would never ever be any replacing it, even with another Ithaca M49. And anyhow, I was just really excited to buy it back, and actually the story that goes with it is actually just about as meaningful to me as the rifle itself. As I got a little bit older, I would have been shooting this rifle a lot when I was probably between 7 and 10 years old. And when I got to be 12, I really wanted a dirt bike, and a friend of mine had one, and this rifle was one of the things that I traded for that dirt bike. But I told him when I traded that I never wanted him to sell it off to where I could never get it back, or at least not to do that without asking me about it. And we were both 12, 13 years old at the time. And for 16 years, he has honored that. There were periods of time in there when we probably didn't speak to each other or see each other for 5 or 6 years, and I'm sure in some of those periods of time, he could have used $100 or $150, a lot more than a single shot lever action 22. But he never let it go. At one point in there, he sold it to his dad, but he told his dad that he could never sell it, that it always had to be available to me to buy back if I ever wanted it. And that really means a lot to me to have, for that period of time, for 16 years, for somebody my age, to have people around me who are gonna honor a commitment like that for that long is just about as special as the rifle itself. And I really appreciate having that. And I'm happy to have the gun back. I really am. It means so much to me, thinking of how much I shot this gun and everything else. It's just really neat, you know, all the technical stuff aside. For those people who have that first rifle, there is no rifle that will ever compare to it. You know, I took it out on the porch this evening and just shot at some stuff on the ground out probably 50 or 60 yards that I knew would move when I hit it, and I can still shoot it just like I could back then. And it's just great to have, and it's great to have those people in my life for that long. So the whole thing coming together means a lot to me. I know this isn't, you know, particularly edifying or anything, and there's no excitement in it for anybody else, but big deal for me, guys. And I want to encourage you, you know, that whole first rifle thing I feel like is probably dying out to a great extent. People just aren't, you know, kids aren't learning to shoot when they're young. It's not part of their life to go out and learn how to shoot as soon as they're interested in guns, and learn how to handle them safely and responsibly and not do stupid things with them and everything else. And I feel like that's really sad, and like it will be unfortunate if we lose it altogether. So actually, one of the most meaningful things to me about this gun is thinking about my son learning to shoot this gun, and learning not to point at people, and not to point it at things he doesn't want to shoot, and to keep his finger off the trigger until he's ready to shoot, and everything else that I learned with this gun. That's very exciting to me. And so I encourage you, if you have kids growing up and they're getting to that age, if you don't have a rifle that, you know, means something to you to be their first gun, go out and buy them one to mean something to them as their first gun, because it teaches a lot of responsibility and a lot of respect for having something powerful in your hands and not using it improperly. And I feel like that would be a good thing to have in the world today. But anyhow, guys, thanks for watching, and next week we'll be back to our usual, you know, tactical, lots of shooting and missing as it's been lately. But anyhow, just wanted to share that with you guys. It's something that really means a lot to me, and I'm real happy about it. Really good guys gear. You know, subscribe, comment, and tell us what your first rifle is. You know, what's your first time at the rodeo? Thanks for watching, guys.